Yo, 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 hey, peace and love. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday morning. It is Sunday. We are here, still alive, still well. Another week. Seemed like a long week. Back with Sunday Light. Super excited to be here, super grateful to be here. All the things are happening, all of the things are happening. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Come on in, come on in, come on in to the TikTok, to the Facebook, to the YouTube. Come on in. Whew, you're here. I am here alive and well, and day 16 of a 50-day fast, 50-day hunger strike, 50-day declaration, 50-day transformation. All right, it's a lot happening during these 50 days, man. I am here for all of it. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Last Sunday in March, March 29th. April is already like right there. Seems like the year just started. Time is speeding up. Um, yeah, time is definitely speeding up, and I'm definitely grateful to still be alive and to still have my dreams and my goals and my health and my vision, right? Physical vision, but also long term vision, distant vision, right? What they say, nearsighted or farsighted. I'm grateful to still be nearsighted, see what's right in front of me, but also farsighted, see what's beyond the horizon, see what's not there yet, right? So today we're going to talk about why you must set big goals, right? How big goals actually transform you, and yeah, there's a lot of reasons why you should set big goals, man. And we're gonna get into all of it. But before we get into all of that, we are going to get into a prayer. We're gonna give a few folks a few more minutes to come on in before we get into that prayer, man. We're gonna put a little music on. All right, put a little music on. We're going to some uh, go with some lo-fi. Been strong. Me, those in that. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into our prayer. We're gonna get into the discussion. Why you must set big goals, how big goals transform your life and set you up for everything you've ever wanted. Last Sunday, March 29th, 2026. March is nearly over. 2 more days. Then it's April. April 1st. April is coming in with rain. April April showers bring May flowers. It's gonna be a lot of rain in April. No, it's gonna bring some flowers, man. I'm excited to see what May brings, right? Or what April births for May. Um, because we got 30 days. We're gonna be outside, man. A little more than 30 days. Just about. We're gonna be outside in the streets, in the tent, hunger striking, protesting, demonstrating how you sacrifice for what you want, not only for yourself, but for the world, for your family, for your community, for the children that ain't even born yet, right? That is my life's mission, to heal the world, to make it a better place. not just the world today, but the world of tomorrow, right? The world that my great grandchildren will be born into, the world that your great grandchildren are going to be born into. I don't just think about my family. I think about all of us. I think about every person. I think about every ethnic group, every race, every culture. Right? I am world healer, and that is my mission. Man, we are building this world healing system where people know that thriving is normal, succeeding is normal. To fail, everybody fails, but to be a failure, to be lost, to be alone, abnormal. Homelessness, poverty, abnormal. Starvation, malnutrition, abnormal. Right, we're gonna flip the world upside down, and we're gonna do what's supposed to be done. Build paradise, heaven, right on earth. All right, because everyone deserves to taste a little bit of heaven in their lifetime. You heard? So we're gonna get into the prayer though. Thanks for tuning in. Mona Love on the check-in. Thank you so much. Sefu Sankofa on the check-in. Thank you so much. Listen, we are going to get into the prayer. TikTok, I always got to pause you guys because my my live will be banned if I smoke. And even though I ain't smoking and I'm just burning some sage, they gonna say that no smoke, no smoke allowed. Period on TikTok live. All right. So I'm going to pause you and we'll get to the prayer. Then I'll be back in a few moments. So if you're there, stay there. If you're not there, come on in. Be right back. Pause the live. Yes, pause. We're gonna burn the sage. Okay, that lighter is done. We got another lighter. Boom, back. My prayer for this morning on this Sunday, beautiful, bright Sunday morning, is that every person who hears these words feels inspired by their dreams, is fueled by their dreams, and has the courage to pursue them. My prayer on this Sunday morning is that every single person who hears these words has the resources necessary and the faith needed to fulfill their dreams and to stick with their dreams until they manifest. My prayer on this Sunday morning is that every person who hears these words has the audacity to dream big, to set big goals, and they have the endurance to stick to the script until things unfold. My prayer on this Sunday morning is that every person who hears these words recognizes the big dreamer beside them, the big dreamer in their family, the big dreams in their children, the big dreams in their parents and their spouses and their partners and in their friends. And I pray that every person who hears these words takes it upon themselves to help those big dreamers manifest those dreams and accomplish those big goals. My prayer on the Sunday morning is that every person who hears these words feels convicted to go after those big goals and to go after those big dreams, to be relentless in pursuit of those goals and of those dreams. My prayer is that every person who hears these words knows that sometimes when you dream big and when you set big goals, there are some paths you must walk alone. There's some paths where it's just you and it's God, and that you know that that's enough. That is enough. There are some places that your spouse cannot go with you. There are some places that your children cannot go with you. There are some places in which your parents would not be able to go with you. Your siblings and your best friends will not be able to go with you. You must walk that path alone. And in walking that path alone, you remember that God is always with you. As the saying goes, there were once two sets of footprints in the sand, and when there was only one set of footprint, indeed God carried you. So my prayer on the Sunday morning is that every person who hears these words and every person who hears these words, that the energy of this prayer spreads out to their loved ones, to their children, to their friends, to their parents, to their partners, to all of their loved ones. Is that enthusiasm, in pursuit of those goals and of those dreams, that they never lose that enthusiasm, that they remain childlike and they remain with this, they remain filled with the spirit of joy and the spirit of happiness and the spirit of thanksgiving as they're in pursuit, knowing that the bigger the dream, the harder the battle, the bigger the goals, the more challenging the obstacles. Fret not, God is always with you. If God gave you the dream, God will give you the resources to make the dream come true. Remain faithful, remain confident, remain courageous, remain fearless. Trust in the divine with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Amen. Ashe, 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 yo. Give thanks. Let us resume on TikTok. That is my prayer for this morning. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy solid and soulful Sunday. A day full of soul. A day when I can't wait till summertime when get back to Sunday dinners. All right. With a newfound, already 16 days in, I think I got a newfound respect for food. All right. And I can't wait to get back cooking on Sunday with this fine honey dip over here. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna make a lot of things. We're gonna use all of our equipment, food processors, and motherfucking dehydrators, and we're gonna use it all, baby. Air fryers, and we use less oil and grease. And when we fry the mushrooms, we're gonna figure out better ways. Right, most times. Sometimes you ain't got to throw it in the deep fryer. Pop. Right, few and far in between though. Right, it was a couple of times we was making mushrooms a little too often. Right. But yeah, man, Sunday. All right. Topic: why you must set big goals. I read something and I said something on SR Daily last week, sometime the week before. It said what I read, and I think what I said, it was like God meets you at the audacity of your goals. You have to set big goals. In the streets, we used to say, go hard or go home. Right? Go hard or go to church and find God. Because like if you're not going hard, why are you here? Like what are you doing in the streets? If you are playing with this thing, if you only want a little, I just want a little bit, I just want to get a couple of dollars. It's like you taking up space from the people who want all of it. Some of us want everything. All right. Some of us want everything. And if you are in the same game, playing the same game, it's like sports. If you don't want to win, if you're not here for a championship, you're here just to have fun, like cool. But like do that over there because we want to win championships here. That's the pedigree that we are building with this team. Championship minded. It's championship or nothing. Right? And yes, we may not accomplish the goals, but this is what's key. This is what's key. The journey is sometimes more important than the destination because it's who you become in the process. When you set big goals, literally they stretch you. You become more disciplined, become more consistent, become more courageous, become more fearless, become more faithful, become more trustworthy, right? Become more audacious. When you set big goals, you become someone different. So even if in the moment, let's say you set a time frame, I set a $50 million goal in 50 days, freaking massive. I've never even raised $100,000. Saying we're going to raise $50 million to build this new world healing system, right? To usher in a new era of humanity. It's a massive goal. But who am I becoming in the process? That's what's important. I'm becoming more consistent, right? I'm becoming stronger, physically stronger, emotionally stronger, mentally stronger, right? I'm becoming more courageous. I'm becoming more fearless. I'm becoming a better person, a greater version of myself. And that's the real goal, right? Because when you become that person, eventually, even if the goal doesn't happen, when the time set, right, the timeline that you set it on, if it doesn't happen then, as long as you keep pursuing it, it can happen a month later, 6 months later, a year later. A goal like $50 million, if it happens 5 years later, is that not a win? Absolutely. And so you have to set big goals. Because when you set small goals, somebody said, it's not that people fail because they set goals that are too big, right? That's not why people fail. People fail because they set goals that are small. I just want to make it through the week. I just want to get a couple of dollars to pay my rent. I just want this car to make it through the week, my raggedy old car. You get exactly what you set out for. right? You get exactly what you set out for. I'm a firm believer that God answers all prayers. Every prayer that you pray with sincerity in your heart is answered. The problem, two things. It doesn't always happen when you want it to happen, and it doesn't always come the way you think it should come. But the prayer is answered. The problem is that we go to Doubt Street, right? We leave the thing and we go somewhere else. Like, oh, I guess it ain't happened yet. I'm gonna go do something else. You set a goal to build a multi-million-dollar business to be able to provide certain services or create certain products, to be able to create certain jobs for certain people and provide for your family. And it doesn't happen. You don't raise the funds when you set out to raise the funds, or when you quote unquote need the funds. And so I guess it ain't working now. I might as well go over here and get a regular job. I've had those thoughts, right? I've had those thoughts multiple times, right? And every time I've had those thoughts, I've done my best to like resist them and continue to push forward, because I know it's in my heart, right? I know what my mind is set on. I know what my mind is easily pulled to. And I know what's in my spirit. I know what I'm here for, right? And so like to settle just for money and quote unquote security at the expense of your sanity, financial security at the expense of your sanity, at the expense of your well-being, at the expense of your zest, of that which makes you feel alive. Is it worth it? To some people, maybe. To me, no. Right? And I think, again, to some people, it may be worth it. But when you could look at those people who sacrifice their sanity, who sacrifice their spirit for financial security to take care of their family, mind you, honorable thing, right? Nothing wrong with sacrificing part of yourself to take care of your children and take care of your home. Nothing wrong with that. However, those people, for the most part that I've seen do that, become miserable. They become miserable, sometimes become disgruntled, right? Sometimes develop, mind you, we all can have addictions, but sometimes develop addictions because they're miserable, they're depressed, because they're not doing what their soul is calling them to do. They're doing what their responsibilities call them to do. Again, honorable thing, right? Honorable, very, very, very honorable thing. The beautiful thing is when you can marry them, when you could figure out a way to do what your soul calls you to do, and that be what generates your income to take care of your family. Sometimes you're able to figure it out quick, hit a, oh, snap, got it. And sometimes it takes 20, 30 years. But everybody has to determine what's worth it for them. To me, it's worth the 20, 30-year pursuit, right? Like, I'm at year 18 now, right? Year 18 now, pursuing this thing my way, sacrificing, not taking certain opportunities. I'm like, it sounds good. I had the opportunity to work in the post office. My man was a senior director, older dude I worked with, I volunteered with. We did some mentoring together. Him and his wife, 30 years, 25 years, right, respectively. Top positions in the post office. Black folks, black man, black woman, all right? And having a child. They're like, yo, we can pull you in, get you a great position, great benefits. I just wrote Dear Usha. I'm like, nah, because like I gotta be outside pushing Dear Usha, right? And like we made some good money quickly with Dear Usha. Then things tapered out, right? Things started to happen, things came up, things tapered out, cool. I struggled financially, right? But I've still had my time freedom to live life on my terms, right? Live life the way that God intended me to live life, which is free, right? So I can serve people. So if I would have been at the post office, I'm pretty sure I would have like made good money, yes, but I would have probably been miserable. I know I would have been miserable. Not even probably putting that uniform on, whether I would have just worked in the office or been outside delivering mail, I would have been freaking miserable. I would have cursed every day. I would have cursed every day. Every day would have been a terrible day. Terrible freaking day. And yeah, I'm making money, right? And it's consistent money and it's a good thing, right? I'm able to provide. But for me, LaShawn, Jamel, Sugar Ray Marston, that's not my life path, right? It's not to be a postal worker for 20 years. That's not it. That wasn't it for me. 5 years, 10. No. But I would have saw myself, because I am a pretty committed person. If I would have got in there, I would have stuck with it, right? As long as I could, right? I would have stuck with it as long as I could. And I don't know what could have happened, right? I don't know what could have happened. 10 years, and I stopped drinking 2023, right? So it was, let's say that was 2016, right? 2017, actually, that was 2017. Let's say I'm there 10 years, and I stopped drinking 2023. So 6 years after that time, I probably never would have stopped drinking. I probably would have been drinking more. I probably would have started drinking more. Right? Could have became violent in my home, right? Because of the misery, right? So that wasn't my path. And it's something I remember telling the brother. I was like, nah. He was like, you sure? Like, I know some of the challenges you've been having, right? Like, that's my bro. So I talked to him. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, man. I put this book out. We're going to push this shit, and I got to trust the divine. He was like, okay, right, I respect your decision, and I honor that commitment, right? Yeah, and that was it, right? And I'm still brothers. But so I wasn't willing to sacrifice my sanity, my dream, right, for financial security, because I understood something. I understood what all the greats say is what I said during the prayer. The bigger the goal, the bigger the freaking, like, the more challenging the journey. You got big goals, the journey is challenging. But a challenging journey makes you a great person. A challenging journey softens you, but hardens you at the same time. It makes your heart softer, right? But it makes you stronger. It makes you more resilient. It makes you more resistant to the bullshit. And is that not what we all want? Is that not what we want for our children? Do we not want to raise strong children? They said, if you could create a human being, you could create a great human being, the greatest human being, what would you have to put them through to make them great? You would have to put them through a lot of shit. They will have to experience loss, great loss, right? Great loss. They will have to experience that. They will have to experience emotional turmoil. They will have to experience some mental anguish. They will have to experience some physical pain. They will have to experience that in order to get to that level of greatness that you want for them. And so, would you shield them from that? If so, you're shielding them from their own greatness. You're hindering their progress. Greatness is a process. It's a process that takes a lot of freaking loss, a lot of heartache, a lot of tears, a lot of late nights and early mornings, a lot of doubt even, right? Self-doubt creeps in. I don't know if I can do this shit, man. This shit is like, it seems like it's an impossible mission. It seems like it's so far from where I'm at currently. But then you focus day by day, day by day, day by day. They said the same God that gave you the dream, the same God that gave you the vision is the same God that's going to give you the resources to make that shit happen. Can you trust in the divine with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding? Not what it looks like currently, not what it feels like emotionally, not what it seems like. Trusting in the divine. Trust, especially when you know that the goal that you set, the big goals that you set, did not come from you trying to figure it out and thinking, oh man, what do I need to do? How can I figure this thing out? You know that your big goal, right? The big dreams came from divine source energy, came from God. God, like when you know that in your heart, when you know that, like, oh, this, me, 50-day fast, $50 million acts, I didn't think about this shit. This shit came as a download, and I wrestled with it, and it was like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna be obedient. I'm gonna surrender to the will of you. Guide me, carry me, and please keep me protected. Right? Please protect me on this journey as I step out into the unknown and put myself on Front Street, ready to be ridiculed, ready to be laughed at, ready for all of the things. Right? Ready for all of the things, all of the criticism. Oh, who this dude think he is? You ain't. Who do I think I am? World healer. Someone sent here by God to do a certain mission, to bring forth a certain vision, to manifest heaven on earth in our time. It's possible. It's very possible. And if not me, then who? If not now, then when? Next year? Oh, when things are a little more perfect? So don't wait for things to be perfect. Starting is the perfect point. Always. Just get started. Just set out on a journey and take one step, and you never know who's gonna come in. You never know who's gonna ride up on a horse, right? You never know who's gonna drive by and be like, hey, yo, what up? I see you walking, you good? You never know who's gonna come by. You never know what resources are going to open up to you, right? Who's gonna be like, yo, I know a person who, right, actually they support things like that. Can I put you in touch? You never know how things are gonna change, and all you need, and I'm getting emotional because all you need to change everything is one person, one conversation, one email, one phone call, one yes. So all you need is one yes. One yes. You breathe, you settle, because that yes. So you know what? I really like what you're doing. Let me connect you to my peoples. And you don't know who their peoples could be, right? Like one check could change everything. One check could change everything. So you have to set big goals, and you have to step out on a journey, and you have to step out on faith. You ain't got to know, like you ain't got to see the whole staircase. You don't got to see the whole mountain. You just got to know that is one step right there. Take that step. Take that step. That step is leading you to your big goals. And the step don't got to be a big step. Small steps. Small steps. Consistent small steps is what get you there. Consistent small steps is what get you there. You got to be consistent. You got to keep stepping even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when it seems like the whole world is crashing in and all of the walls are closing, and even when it feels like you ain't make no progress. I done took 15 steps already, and it's still I can't even see how many more steps I got to go. I can't even see how many more steps I got to go. But what do you know? You know that if you stop moving, you ain't gonna get there, and if you go backwards, you ain't getting there. Steve Harvey said, one thing for certain, if you quit, it's never going to happen. The dream will never happen. You will never accomplish those goals if you quit. So you got to stay steadfast. You have to remain steadfast. You have to keep freaking walking one step at a time. That's how you get, they say, the journey of 10,000 miles. You get one step. Listening to David Goggins talk about running. 17 hours damn near, right? 17 hours straight running, broke feet, right? Like hurt, all that stuff. Great. Started with one step. And he kept going by one step. One foot hit the ground at a time. One foot. Everybody got different goals. No matter what your goals are, you can only get there step by step. One thing at a time. One day at a time, one heartbeat at a time. So you just got to do your part in this moment. In this moment. The moment that you are in now, you got to do your part. And that part is if you keep doing it, you stay consistent, you remain disciplined, right? Even if your head is down, you're not even worried about, like, you keep that vision, you keep the big vision, you keep the big goal as a roadmap, like this is where I'm going, and then you focus on the task at hand. Focus on walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Transforms you, man. You become such a different person. So at the end, I'll say 50 days, $50 million. In 50 days, if we have $50 million, massive. We're going to do incredible work. If we don't have $50 million, I'll be much more ready to finish out the goal until we get there, right? I'll be much stronger, much physically stronger, right? More disciplined, more clear-headed, right? More consistent, right? I love myself a lot more because I accomplished something. Even if we didn't do $50 million, we did 50 days of fasting, 50 days of hunger striking, 50 days of raising awareness, sleeping outside for 30 plus of those days, right? Like, become someone completely different. And that's the gold. That is the real gold of the goals, is to become the type of person who can accomplish those things. Because even if you don't accomplish it, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Now, I don't know if I'm going to try 50 days again, right? I don't know. I'm probably not. This shit is absolutely brutal. We're on day 16 today, and it's freaking brutal, right? It's like, not that I'm like hungry. I realize that I'm looking at food a lot more. Not because I'm necessarily like, oh, I'm starving. Oh, my gosh, I need food. No, not at all. But because there are emotions that are coming up. There are thoughts that's coming up. And like, part of me is trying to distract myself. And I know that when I go outside, that those distractions are going to be less and less. One, I'm going to have more people I'm talking to, but two, I'm going to be more focused. Like, okay, like, because we go outside Wednesday, Thursday, latest next weekend, right? Go outside. So this week coming, we're outside. One of these days, right? We outside, way more focused, way more focused. Because like once we outside, this is the hard. This like the hardest part is done, but this is also a hard part is sleeping outside, right? For a month, right? Like no shower, like no shower, right? Get some wipes, wipe, right? Like, but no shower, right? The comfort of a home, mm-mm. Outside tent. This is my home. Wherever I'm at, these surrounding few feet. This is my home. This is my space. This is where I'm exercising at. This is where I'm having my conversations at. This is where I'm doing my streams from. Right here. This space right here. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be extremely tough. But what is it gonna make of me in the process? Especially when I think about people who have been living on the streets for 30 months. People have been living on the streets for 30 years. Right? Can I not sacrifice a month to raise awareness and to bring attention to all of these different issues that I care about? Right? Poverty, the mental health crises, the freaking emotional fragmentation of people. Like emotions are everywhere. Like people don't know how to regulate the nervous system. So many people are in prison. So many people are dead because they did not know how to regulate their nervous system. Something happened and they reacted, and either they took a life or their life was taken, right? Because they did not know how to breathe, calm down, see the bigger picture, choose how you respond, right? And choose a response that is in alignment with where you want to be, with where you see yourself in a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Most people don't even have that vision. So even if they take a breath, they don't have that vision, but the breath is the first step. Take a breath. Even if you don't have a long-term vision for yourself, you take a breath. Do you want that for yourself now? Do you want to go to jail right now? No. Don't react like this. This especially with a situation that's baiting you, right? And like you react and you go to jail and things continue on the same way. It's like, for what? What is it for? Most times for nothing, right? So understand, overstand, and understand that when you set big goals, right? When you set really, really, really big goals, when you set goals that are absolutely monumental and that are beyond your reach, that are far beyond your reach currently, that are far beyond what you can see currently, far beyond what's right in front of you, the universe actually conspires to make it happen, right? Um, if God, right, had a personality, like, oh, okay, oh, you going for that? Okay, you know what? Let me let me sprinkle a little magic in this for you. Let me help you along your way, right? Stretching, stretch, reach for the freaking stars. Shoot for the stars. If you miss, you're still amongst the moon, right? No, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you're amongst the stars. Shoot for the moon. Go for the gusto. We say in the streets, going for the gusto. I'm going for it all. Because otherwise it's to settle. Why are you settling? God did not create you to settle for less, to settle for the bare minimum. And too many people are comfortable settling for the bare minimum. And I get it. Conditioning, the world has beat you down. Your parents and your friends and your family and your grandparents and everyone has told you that you shouldn't go for that because you need to be safe. You need to get a safe job, and safety at the expense of your mental health. Safety at the expense of your dreams. The dream that God put inside of you, the vision that you have for your life, you're going to sacrifice that for a little bit of safety. That's not even really safe, as we see. There are people who had jobs that thought they were safe and they're gone. There are people who put money into Social Security and certain things and didn't happen the way they thought it would happen, the way they expected to happen. They didn't have the security. And then security to do what? Right? To barely live? To not live? Understand this. There are people who got financial stability. There are people who are financially well off. They don't have the time to even enjoy their money. They got big houses, right? Beautiful houses, a lot of money, but they're always at work. They miss their children's sport games. They miss their children's award ceremonies. They miss important events, right, in their families' lives. Can't make this, can't make that. They wish they could because they got to work. I gotta work. Like I gotta go work. And there's one thing to be working for yourself, right? And to be like building a legacy, right? To be working on a fortune, something that you can pass down, something that is going to outlive you, than to be working just to make a check. Working just to make a check, just to provide some money, a little bit of money at that. Like, because even if it's a lot, it's not compared to what you can. It's not. I know people who parents rich, all right, pretty well off, and what do they wish? That parent, mommy, daddy was around more, right? Thankful for the gifts, thankful for the financial freaking freedom to do whatever they want, to travel when they want. But somebody said build a life that you ain't got to always escape from. Traveling is beautiful. Traveling could be like many reasons that people travel. But a lot of people I know travel to escape their life. I can't wait to go on vacation. I can't wait to go on vacation. Not because the travel experience is so beautiful. They just don't like their life. People still look forward to Friday. It's Sunday, and they're looking forward to Friday already. They already want to skip Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Can't wait till Friday. I can't wait till the weekend. Friday, we still saying TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Like, not thank God it's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's a fucking beautiful day. Not thank God it's Wednesday. It's fucking Wednesday. It's a beautiful day. Not thank God it's Tuesday. Not people hate Mondays. People hate Mondays. Read somewhere that a lot of people who have heart attacks on Monday morning. Stress kills. Stress literally kills. When you don't set big goals and you don't have the audacity to pursue those big goals, you are stressed, living in constant stress. You cannot think clearly, and living in constant stress, you increase the risk of a heart attack. Couple that with bad eating, no exercise, alcohol, and smoking, and all the other things is a recipe for premature, quote unquote, premature early death. It's a recipe for it. The goal is to live long and prosper, right? That's the goal of human life. Humans, like every living thing, wants to live as long as it possibly can, and to have that life in abundance, not to live chronically ill. Like we live chronically ill. Some people take 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pills a day and more. Some take 30 pills a day. It's crazy. It's crazy. And some people who do that are fairly young people, 40s, 50s, some even younger than that. Children walking around with diabetes, heart disease, cancer. And they're only living in that moment, not thinking about long term. How can I eradicate this illness, this disease, and get to a life of abundance, get to a life where I can do all the things I dream of, every single thing. I got to worry about, I got to stop, take this medication. I got to stop because my asthma bothering me. My asthma, get rid of that shit. It don't have to be yours, right? It does not have to be yours. For every, packing books yesterday, I saw one of the books I have, it says there are no incurable diseases. Every disease is curable. Every disease, everything in it said for every sickness, for every illness, there's a herb. Herbs are for the healing of the nation. Right? Educate yourself. Listen to other people, right? And yes, do your own due diligence, but like pay attention. Pay attention to those who came before you and the knowledge that they had and what they taught, right? And build on it. Take it, build on it, right? Because even if you make a lot of money, one, time, if you don't have the time, what is it worth? Two, if you don't have the health, you make a lot of money, but you don't have the health. You can't even enjoy it then, right? The mental health, the physical health, the emotional well-being. You're not even fully enjoying the money then. And so, holistic beings, right? Mona's building the whole vibe, right? It's physical health, right? It's mental health, it's emotional health, spiritual health, social health, it's financial health. It's the whole health of a human. Every single thing that goes into a human being's well-being should be accounted for. And systems should be in place to foster the development of the human being in relation to those 6 pillars of wellness, right? We're whole humans. We should be healthy in all ways. But because we think small, because we think so small, because we've been conditioned to think so small, right? We don't even get there. We don't even get there. I just want to make a little money. So we make a little money, sacrifice our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health. Oh, I just want to, even some people who say they just want to be free, right? They sacrifice their financial health, right, for the spiritual health, but then mentally they're freaking out of their minds, right? Mentally they're out of their minds. Socially, they're not connected. They're not connected socially because like they just on a tangent, right? And there are a lot of people like that. And happiness is fleeting, right? Happiness is fleeting. So yeah, you can be happy, cool. And there's a space for happiness, right? Absolutely. Joy is something that's can't take away though. Happiness is circumstantial. Somebody dies, who you love, you're not really happy, right? You got joy in your heart. You can still be sad while still feeling joy for life, joy for, right? I say joy comes in the morning, not when the sun comes up, but in the actual crying and the feeling of the loss, the feeling of the transition, the feeling of the disconnection. You was connected to your parent, connected to your child, connected to your spouse, connected to your friends, your siblings, your grandparents, and they transitioned. There was a disconnect, physical disconnection, right? An emotional disconnection. But when you got that joy in your heart still, when that joy is coming from your spirit, you can feel a spiritual connection, like actually being rebuilt in a different way, right? But yeah, man, like setting goals, big goals, big goals is important because you have the opportunity to become that whole person, the whole person that you were meant to become, right? When you set big goals, it inspires the people around you. Because when you set big goals and you pursue those big goals, the people around you get inspired, right? Whether you accomplish them or not, just you in the process, you in pursuit of them, the daily actions that you take, the things you start to say no to, right? The disciplines that you develop begins to inspire the people around you. And then talking about changing the world, that's how you change the world, by changing yourself. It's about building a new world. You build the new you, and the people around you slowly but surely begin to follow suit. They begin to fall in line. They begin to do the same things or similar things. And the people who, and maybe the people not around you, but the people connected to you, right? Or the people connected to the people connected to you, the people who see you from a distance, right? They come in and they're like, you know what? Like, yo, I really like what you're doing. I seen you from afar, or I heard about you. I heard about what you was doing, and I wanted to come and I wanted to join you on this journey, right? You set a big goal. You know what? My goal is similar. I got a big goal, right? I got a big goal, and let's walk the journey together. And like, maybe take a breath, all right? So, yeah, you gotta go as hard as you can go. Set the biggest goal possible, the biggest goal that you could think of, right? Like the dream comes to you, right? As a download, you see it in your dream, or it just walking down the street, something just hits you, right? It said every person has 2, 3, 4 great ideas a year. That if they acted on just one of them, their whole lives would change. Every person has 2 to 4 great ideas every single year that if they just acted on them would change everything. You get a lot of ideas. Idea to go here for food, an idea to drive this way for whatever, this idea and that idea, all right? Idea for everything. But there are 2 to 4 ideas that are massive, that you acted on them. If you had the audacity to act, to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to pursue right now, every single thing will change. Everything will change. It will change because one, once you accomplish it, whoa, holy cow! Once you bring forth that idea, but just in the process, in the pursuit, you change. And once you change, everything changes. You have the ability to change not only your life, but the lives in the. You have the opportunity to change your whole family tree's trajectory, right? You can change all of that simply by acting on that big, bold idea. Be bold. Be bold. Have the courage to be like, you know what? This thing is so far removed from anything I've done, anything anybody in my family has done. I don't personally know anyone who's raised $50 million. Or maybe I do. People who made a lot of money, right? I know. But in my immediate circle, my family, I don't know about my family who's ever made $50 million or raised $50 million for a venture. I don't know anybody who ever even attempted to raise $50 million, right? Like a couple $1,000 at that, right? Like a couple $1,000. People they want to raise, they got small dreams. And even if they got big dreams, the audacity is just different, right? And so, me stepping out on this limb is a 100% call from God in obedience to God, a surrender to the will of God. Let's see what you got. Fuck it. I'm not going to say no. The call was too strong. It's directly in alignment with what I've been doing, with what I'm doing, and with what I've always wanted to do. 100% in alignment. So I'm going to do it. Because even if I fail, I learn. Even if I fail, I grow. And so if I fail, if I don't accomplish the $50 million, we don't make that happen. But I finish 50 days fasting, 50 days hunger striking, 50 days of talking to people about this mission, about this vision, about this world healing system. And I complete the 50 days. And I worked out every day, nearly every day. And I streamed every day, right? Because we're streaming every night for 50 days, right? And I streamed every night. Will I not become a much different person than I was at the beginning? Absolutely. I will have done things that I've never done before, right? I will have done things that people never seen before. So I will be a 100% different person. And the idea of me in people's minds will also change. That motherfucker really did 50 days. He said he was going to do it and he did it. The motherfucker streamed every night for 50 days. He said he was going to do it and he did it. There may be some slip ups around this or around that, but he did the fucking 50 days of no food. 50 days of no food, 30 plus days of sleeping outside. 50 days of streaming every single night. Did that shit. Wow. Motherfucker can really do anything. And then once you realize you can do anything, and then people around you start to believe that you can do anything and start to think of you in that light that you can do anything, the dream becomes closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And so let's say, hypothetically speaking, we don't raise the $50 million in 50 days. Right? Let's say these next 34 days, right? $50 million doesn't come in, right? We ain't even got $1,000 yet. But this week, we could get 10K. This week, we could get 20K. Following week, we could get 50K. Following week, we could get 200K, right? Through connection. So I got to just do my part, right? Do my part, which is talk to more people. Got to send some follow-up emails this week, right? Tighten up some stuff this week to send to some friends, to send to some of their peoples, because they may know somebody who knows somebody. Because a lot of us know some wealthy people. A lot of us know some wealthy people who are looking to invest in tech companies, who are looking to invest in wellness brands, who are looking to invest or to contribute, right, to education, right, to neuroscience-based education, right, emotional-based education. People are looking to invest in those things. People are looking to see those things come into fruition, right? So I talk to more people. People at universities, I got to end up speaking to their university. Like, can you put me in touch with the director or whoever's responsible for partnerships at your university? Because we got this thing and we need some funding. We need some funding. So even if it doesn't happen by May 4th, May 5th, if it happens in July, is that not a win? Absolutely. If it happens in September, is that not a win? Absolutely. If it happens in December, is that not a win? If by December 31st we got $50 million, is that not a win? That's a massive win still. All right? Still. And so the beautiful thing about big goals is that you stay in pursuit of them until you get them. All right, you stay in pursuit of them until you get them, because once you got started and you start to see a little progress, even if only in your daily habits, even if only in your disciplines, even if only in your perception of the world and of yourself, if that's the only thing that changes for a very long time, that's still progress. You still are becoming. The journey is more important than the destination. Who you become in the process is more important than reaching the thing. Because once you reach the thing, it's like, okay, I did it, now what? Right? And that's a beautiful thing. And that's how it should be. You did it, now what? Because that's not the end. We get $50 million. That's not the end. Because then we got to put it into the right places. And we got to build out this. We got to build it out. Like, all right, 50 million right now. We need to put 20 million over here. We need to put 10 million over here. We need to put 8 million over here, 4 million over here, right? Like 200,000 over here. It's not done. The job is not done. This goal is a goal to really set us up for the next goal. It was the next goal to actually build a new freaking world, a new world, right? A new world where we can literally liberate humanity. That's the big goal. The system is part of that. The goal is a healed world. The system is going to get us closer, usher in a new era of humanity. As once we usher in a new era of humanity, right? And the people know that living as their best self is the standard. The standard is your massive success, whatever that means for you, right? You determine, you choose what success looks like for you, right? That is the standard. Living your best life is normal. Accomplishing your dreams is normal. Living long and prospering is normal. What's abnormal? People sleeping on the streets. People sleeping in the train station. People attacking random people. That's abnormal. It doesn't have to be that way, but it is. Why? So many different reasons. Mainly the systems that were put in place, the education system, the healthcare system, right? Our spiritual, political systems, religious systems. They failed us. They failed humanity. They've been failing humanity for a very long time. And so we are building a new system rooted in the belief that every single person has greatness in them and has the potential to live that greatness if they choose. That's the goal. That's the vision. A world where every single person has the confidence and belief in themselves. And if they don't have the belief, they don't have the confidence, they know that there's a system out there that can help them get it. That's what they know. And that's what we want to make. That's what we want to make normal. Right? That's what we want to make the standard. A healed world. So dream big, man. Go hard or go home. If you're going to dream small, why dream at all? Or if you're going to dream small, you might as well not even dream. You might as well just keep walking as you walk and keep existing. Keep existing as you are. Because the game of life is to be lived. Life is to evolve. So if you are not thinking about how to evolve not only your life, the lives of your family, and the lives of the people around you, sharing time and space with you, then what are you really doing? What are you really doing? So I'm gonna dream big. I'm gonna keep dreaming big. I'm gonna keep setting big goals, right? And I want you to keep setting big goals. Set the astronomical goals. Set the goals that don't make no sense. Sometimes to even you, but definitely to other people, right? Let nobody talk you out of your shit. Let nobody convince you that your goal is too big, is unattainable. Because every single great person in this world, the greatest people in the history of humanity, set big goals. The people around them thought they were crazy until it fucking worked. The people around them thought they were crazy until it worked. And they was able to benefit from the big goals, right? They're like, oh shit, I knew you could do it. It's crazy, right? But guys, that's our show. We are going to get into a meditation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Willie Will, thanks for tuning in. Sefu said, I focus on the effort, not the outcome. I can control my effort. Absolutely. And it's something that says like detach from the end result, right? Like when you too attached to the end result, right? Like that's where depression, misery, fear comes in because I'm not there yet. I didn't make it. I'm so close and it's not happening yet. And then you throw off your vibe, throw off your aura. But when you really, again, focus on the moment, focus on your effort, focus on your intention, focus on your disciplines, focus on the steps right in front of you. Because if you only worry about making it, then it's gonna take forever if you do make it, right? Because what's making it, especially in a never-ending journey. But when you focus on the next step and the next step and the next step, you make progress and you build momentum. And momentum is what takes you to the finish line, whatever that finish line is for you, right? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We are going to get to a meditation. We are going to end this live on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Join us next week, Sunday light, same time, same place. Join us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Um, right here. And join us tonight. Join us on YouTube. Join us over on YouTube, Queensbridge Studios, QUEENSBRIDGE Studios, STUDIOS. And join us there tonight, 9 p.m. and every night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do 50 days of Divine Discipline live stream series. I love you guys. I'll holler at you guys on TikTeasy. But we're going to get into this meditation, family. I'm going to burn this Palo Santo. All right. If you are laying down, find a comfortable position. If you are sitting, allow your feet to be planted firmly on the floor beneath you. Allow your back to be straightened by the chair behind you. Allow your arms to rest gently in your lap or by your side. Allow your head to lean forward so that your chin is in your chest. And allow your eyes to close ever so softly. Just allow yourself to breathe. Remembering that breath is life. And as long as you have breath, you have life. And as long as you are alive, you should live fully, wholly, unapologetically. You should live in pursuit of everything that your heart desires, everything that your spirit calls for you. Just be in a space of nothingness, of emptiness, of stillness. Remembering that clarity is golden. When you are clear, you can see, you can feel your way through. Just be in this space. Allow what comes up to come up. Simply affirm, I am alive, I am awake, I am aware, and I am alert. I am alive, I am awake, I am aware, and I am alert. One more, I am alive, I am awake, I am aware, I am alert. With that aliveness, with that awakeness, with that awareness, and with that alertness, go live the life that you dream of. Set big goals and go make them more happen. Know that you are loved, know that you are cherished, know that you are sacred and you are adored. You are stronger than you think, you are more powerful than you know, and you are greater than you could ever imagine. I love you, I love you, I love you. Ashe, give thanks. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Join us tonight on YouTube. Join us tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on SR Daily. And then join us next Sunday, man, right back here, same time, same place, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok for Sunday Light, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And some of you I'll see tonight on YouTube, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube, Queensbridge Studios. All right, tonight we're going to talk about the future of education and what education should look like. All right, because education hasn't been right for a very long time. So we're gonna get into all of that, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great Sunday. Peace. Get outside too. It should be 50 something degrees today. A little better than yesterday. Go out there and get some of that sun. Peace.